Hello, hello, good evening, Chiwempala. Elias Musha here on TV Vakwetu. Now, we have something very exciting for you on TV Vakwetu to know. First of all, as you can see, we are coming live. We are actually coming live on Mr. Akashambatwa Masheke's page as Vakwetu. Which means then that going forward, we are going to be having this very special relationship with Mr. Masheke Akashambatwa, Stevie Vakwetu, and we are very excited for this partnership. And so if you are getting us from my personal pages, you're welcome. From LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and the Bakwetu page, you are welcome. And so I'm going to leave it up to Mr. Akashambatwa to take over and give us his debut solo broadcast on TV Bakwetu. Mr. Akashambatwa, we are very happy to have you today.
Thank you, Doc. I'm excited about our partnership, and I think this is something that people have been asking for us to do. I mean, they've been saying, you need to get on TV Vakwetu. You need to get on TV Vakwetu. We told them in due course, we will come and we'll combine efforts to ensure that we can offer people better content. We can offer high quality content, which is already happening with my colleagues on TV Vakwetu. And so I'm excited that we are bringing value to the content that our people are getting out there. So I'm excited for this partnership, for this synergy. And so, yes, Dr. Musha, thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, take it up.
Thank you so much. I'll see you.
All right, thank you. Okay.
All right, people, you know how we do it here. You know how I do it here. We only do truthful stuff here. We only share things that matter. And so, you know me, this is, again, midweek RoundTable. Okay, so this is what it's called, midweek RoundTable. I'm excited. Let's start like we always do all the time. Let me know where you're watching me from, because that's important. It helps me understand who's watching, who's missing the message, who's doing what. So itanani, bwelani kuno. Come on. Go and bring everyone from the kitchen, from the bedrooms, bring them here. We are going to have a lively show for the next 40 minutes to an hour to give you what's happening, and so that you can also understand what's happening. So tell me where you're watching me from. Okay, we have someone from Shangombo. Mulonda, welcome. Thank you. Okay, there you go. Let me see. Lusaka, where you at? Watching me from Lusaka. Livingston is in the house. Teresa Rowe from UK. I love my UK people. You know how it is. UK is in the house. Where you watching me from? United Kingdom. Mutendele, the kingdom of Mutendele. Welcome. Let me see. Sweetest town, Mazabuka. Mwalibi Yabuti, Mazabuka. Walukulu, where are you at? Mongo and Zambia. Botswana, Northern Province. There you go. Good job, guys. Northern Power. Nice. Livingston, my hometown. Thank you for coming through. Come on. I want you to also do me a favor. Share this, because this is big. This is big news. We're coming on TV Vakwetu. That's big. You know me. It's punch for punch. And TV Vakwetu is going to explode with very, very powerful information. This is where you need to be. If you want to be somewhere, you got to be here, because this is where we discuss issues, real issues that affect you, issues that are of concern to the people of Zambia. So we are here. You know what we have done in the past. Gaborone, Botswana, and Wakumawa, Chama District, and Zambia. Come on. Keep coming, guys. Bamainza at Ukraine. Mulikweza ku Donbass. All right. So thank you. Kiev. Chingola, pa Dubai. The problem is I can't trust Tongas. with what they're telling me where they are. This guy is talking about Dubai. And I looked at this King Hamujenje. You can't be in Dubai. You're supposed to be in Mapanza. And don't come here and tell me where you are not. All right, guys, listen. I want to take this moment to thank my older brother, Dr. Elias Monsha, for this opportunity, and the TV Bakwetu family for allowing me to come through here and enhance this reach. Listen, guys, let's go straight into it. I don't want to waste your time because I don't want you to waste my time. So this is how we do it here. We are live right now. Share this. I want you to share this because the issue we are going to tackle today is a burning issue. The issue that is on everyone's lips. Okay, the question is, okay, should Vedanta come back? Should Vedanta come back? Okay, that's a question. That's a burning question that's going on right now. Should Vedanta come back to Zambia? Okay, now, a lot of you know what happened. A lot of you understand what happened. Okay, President Edgar Lungu and his government decided that they were going to actually go ahead and repossess Vedanta KCM and from Vedanta mining because of a number of violations, because of a number of flaunting of our labor laws. But not only that, I think the main reason that was put across when that happened was that Vedanta wasn't sticking to the mine development agreements that were done at the time that they bought the mine. From the time that they got into KCM, they had not implemented all those things that they had talked about. So I want to remind you that this was one of the reasons that was given. It's in public domain. You can look it up. Why the PF government decided that they were going to move forward with repossessing KCM from Vedanta mining. And then the question, fast forward to now, you realize that there has been now, with a change of government, there's been an invigorated spirit to revive the mining sector so that the mine can offer help, not only in the development sector to the economy, but also social sectors. And so one of the things that I want us to discuss today is set the record straight, because we do have issues here in the mining sector. I want to agree from the onset, we have issues in the Zambian mining sector, and we acknowledge that. Okay, the question though is, if we get the mines like KCM, do we have the capacity? Do we have the set of skills needed for us to run the mines efficiently? So I want you to share this, because like you, I have questions. There's people that are promoting the issue of Zambianization. Let's run our own mines. That's well and good. I agree. Let's run the mines. But then the question is, hold on, before we run our own mines, the question is, how are we running the mine that we have now? Now, let me give you this news. If you didn't know, Zambia already owns the mines. Call each other here. We are going to debunk all these things that you're hearing out there. Zambia already owns mines. Zambia owns mines already. Let me give you an example. How many of you know that the Zambian people, through the Zambian government and through the Zambia Consolidated Copper Mines Investments Holding, which is a company that holds all mining prospects on behalf of the government, they own Mopani Copper Mines. We own Mopani copper mines already. So the question becomes, how are we running Mopani copper mines right now? Is Mopani copper mine providing the level of development needed on the copper belt? Is the mine being run efficiently? Is Mopani mine, as a Zambian-owned mine, providing the development and all the jobs that we have been looking for in the mining sector? Those are very important questions. Those are very important questions that each one of you should be asking. If we want to run KCM, let's use a litmus test by looking at Mopani copper mines. How are we running Mopani copper mines as Zambians? There is a Zambian CEO who runs Mopani copper mines right now. The question is, how are we running that mine? Okay? Because sometimes some people have come here and have said, oh, well, you know what? Let's increase ownership. First and foremost, no one has stopped any Zambian from going to the Ministry of Mines and setting up a mine. No one. No one. If you, Mr. Richard Liali, or Priska Rukwanda, or you, King Hamujenje, if you want to set up a mine or an exploratory license, you want a license from the mines, no one is stopping you from going to the Ministry of Mines and applying to get a mineral exploration license. No one. Who's stopping you? No one. The question is, why do we always want something that has been developed already? And that's why part of me is excited about the new mine in Eastern Province, although it's in the game park. That's another story of another day. But I am for indigenous mining explorations by Zambians. The problem is that we don't want to start our own things. We want to start the things that already other people have started. You want to take over. You want people to bring you capital, go there and borrow capital, and then give it to you. That's not how things work. If you want to run the mine effectively, let's look at how we are running Mopani copper mines. I am for Zambians running mines, but we got to be better at running these things. Zambia today owns Mopani copper mines, and I get it. Glencore, there was a deal that was done. What a lot of you have come here and say, what is 1.5 billion? The 1.5 billion that Glencore has required ZCCM Investments Holding to pay. Did you know that Mopani copper mine, based on the prices of copper, can right now, today, they can go to the international capital market and they can borrow against future revenues. Mumeraga, chair. Next time we want Ambassador Emmanuel Mwamba so that we can engage with him on these issues. We got to engage productively on these issues. The issue is that 1.5 billion. By this time, if Mopani copper mines was being run efficiently, if it was being run according to the way the mine's supposed to be run, with access to international capital, we shouldn't be talking about 1.5 billion that we owe to Glencore. We could have bought Glencore out already. Simple. 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 We own Mopani copper mines. It doesn't matter what the conditions are. Because those are excuses to me. Those are excuses. We have failed to run Mopani copper mines. Oh no, Glencore. No, Glencore. Glencore is not holding anything. It's not holding anything. Glencore said, give us 1.5 billion. Mine, this is your mine. Take it over. We took over Mopani copper mines. The CEO is Zambian, Sakanya. He is the CEO. And over him, there is ZCCM Investments Holding. Why doesn't ZCCM Investments Holding go to international capital markets and get capital that is needed to improve Mopani copper mines? That's the question that is being asked here. That's the question that you should be asking before you even ask for taking over of KCM and taking over of First Quantum Mines and taking over of all the mines in Zambia. The question is, how are you running the current mines that you have? How are you running the mines that you have today? How? Because that will tell you how you're going to run KCM when you take it over. Gather here. This is where issues are discussed, real issues that affect you. Now, the Bible is very clear. I'm not a theologian, but I'll tell you one thing. The Bible is very clear about the parable of the talent, where God left people namatalant. He left them, someone, Jesus gave an example of someone who left seeds with his slaves. He said, his servants, he said, I'm leaving you this, I'm leaving you this, I'm leaving you this. What did they do with it? One of them picked it up, put it in the pillow. I'm paraphrasing here. Another one picked it up and put it somewhere else, and so on and so forth. One last one decided, you know what? I'm going to get the seeds. I'm going to plant them. So that when my master comes back, he's going to find the seed had multiplied. And so when the master came back, he said, oh, he goes to the first one. How have you used? Where's my seeds that I left you? He went to the pillow, brought back the seeds, and gave it to the master. And so on and so forth. The last one said, oh, I planted, and after I planted, I have multiplied. I have multiplied. And this parable is what we ought to be doing with what we have. Running Mopani copper mines. Mopani is not a small mine. It's huge. That's a huge mine. Mopani copper mines is huge. It has serious properties. That mine, from the time that ZCCM Investments Holding took it over, should have, with the high copper prices, that mine should be employing tens of thousands of Zambians on the copper belt. It's run by a Zambian. The CEO is a Zambian. So the argument that no, UPND is selling mines to the international community is here or there. It's neither here or there. either here or there. Nothing. What the UPND is doing is using a mix of strategies, empowering the locals and also giving international investors also opportunities for them to bring investments capital to Zambia. You understand, eh? That's where we are. That's a smart way of doing things. That's a smart way of that's when you realize you have a leader who knows what he's doing. This is call us whatever you want to do. We are telling you the truth. If telling you the truth means being a praise team leader, well, then we are one. Because there is no way. Look at Mopani copper mine. Mopani is a Zambian mine. So if you want to know how, if we took over First Quantum Mine and we took over KCM, how we will run the mine, look at Mopani copper mine. In fact, in fact, what has happened is that there's news that has come out. There's rumors that Mopani copper mining is failing to pay its recurrent expenditures. So Glencore is having to come in to supplement them. Why would you do that when copper prices are highest today and you're mining copper? You tell me. You tell me, I'm asking you, let me, can in London, because in when copper belt, I'm attending to Bemba, so that you guys in the copper belt can understand. Tell me if you are here, copper, where you, because I want to address you specifically. Copper belt you. Mwalikwata mama inzaye insana. One of the mines copper belt ni Mopani copper mines. Iyi Mopani copper mines ni mine yama Zambianzi. It's your mine. But that mine is owned by the government. Iria mine ya bali ba Glencore waile bali shati mine tuami pera tuami charge fi $1. Imani yenu nombanga mulefo yokuishiba efe tukala running ama mines ayambio tulefo aya mufire mulolekeshe pafyo tule running Mopani copper mine because ilianga mwaloleshe pafyo tule running copper ne mine ya kumufuri ya kunani Mopani yala mieva efe tuinga running KCM or First Quantum Mine Ukukuma Northern Province, Northwestern. So we would to kill out, to pere nyama mine. No manga tuami pela. Ushayama mine mukaya running the way you are running in Mopani copper mines. Area shirio. In your area, she did po. Ala mwira umfwila baba mwansaka vingawa wale isa. Mungu mibe po mfi. Atununga anoa kainde aleshitishama maini kuwa sungu. Mfi! Bweka. Mfi wale mibe pafye. Ni politiki ni. Ila ile wale chita. Ni politiki. Which means all of our guys buy up, no, we need homegrown solution. Me I've even become even more darker asking. They pusher, where is the homegrown solution? Iniquisa to pele nyapa blueprint. Takwa wasuka. Tawasuka. vaisapa bwangu no homegrown solution tukwate mines tusende fe mutuperi mine bakainde tulangeni homegrown solution tulemberenko ka plan tapava buchafye belami bepa I've written down how many companies are owned by Zambians. Kajem Mining is owned by Zambians. Emerald Kajem Mining is owned by Zambians. We own Zamtel, one of the largest telecommunications companies. Zamtel should have been in South Africa. Zamtel should have grown into DRC. Zamtel should have grown into Congo DR and Angola, Mozambique. It should have been a sub-regional powerhouse. Ya information technology company twaikalira fe ture buta mwine mu Zambia. Zamtel. We own Zamtel. We own Zesco. We own Indeni. How is Indeni performing? I'm waiting. So problem you have a pesa. A question. What is the problem? We own Zamtel. We own Zamtel. We own Zesco. We own Indeni. We own all these things. All these things, we own them. We own them. We own Zamtel. Okay? Now, my argument here is not that Vedanta should come back. I'll tell you right now where I stand. I don't trust Vedanta. I don't. Personally, I don't. And these are my personal views. They're not views of TV Bakwet. These are my personal views. And I'm telling you right now, I don't trust Vedanta mind. They were wrong. They are wrong now. If they are to come back, but Vedanta, if they are to come back, we have to sign a new mining agreement with them. That's it. That's it. That's it. Takuriat, no, Shan, if Yakalet will come and do this, why didn't they do it? Why didn't Vedanta do it then? So my thing is that the government of Zambia should open a pool of investment partners. And let me tell you the solution. And this is where I'm very smart in it. Imwe, listen, call each other here. I'm about to give you the solution. Me, I don't just come and talk about the synopsis of the issue. I give you solutions as well. So let me pay a solution. Here is how you do it. Let me show you. Share this. I hear you, Peñas. No Vedanta, I agree with you. But here is what we are going to do. Because a lot of people are saying, but Aka, if we don't give the mine back to Vedanta, what happens? Here's what happens. What the government should be doing right now, you tell them so. Tell the mine minister that Aka said this. Tell him, send him this video. What needs to happen is this. The Zambian government should find a pool of potential investors in that mine, in the KCM mine. When they find the pool of investors, what they can do is tell this investor and say, you want the mine? Let's negotiate with the mine. Vedanta. Vedanta can be paid off with what they want, the current value of the mine. That's what what they're going to ask for. So we are going to pay Vedanta the current value of the mine, but we are not going to pay it from our money as government. You, the new investor, you're going to pay Vedanta. You see what I'm saying? You are going to pay Vedanta. Imaba new investor, mwala muri pere uyu. So you see? That's how you do it. Because the reason why you are going to do it that way, a lot of people are saying, but if we don't give the mind back to Vedanta, Vedanta will drag us into courts for years and years and years. So the only way we can do it is, okay, Vedanta, what do you want to get out? Simple. That's solution number one. Solution number two is what this Obi Malambo is saying here. One of the conditions we need to give Vedanta is to ask them to increase the stake of ZCM investment service. No cost. You are right. Obi, you are right. You are very right. The other thing we can do is increase our stake in KCM in agreement with Vedanta and tell them we are going to go into this 50-50. 50% ZCCM investments holding, 50% Vedanta. Chap. Kwasila. What are we arguing about? Well, now kupasani ma solution hapa. Yabili. What are we arguing about? For Vedanta and what? We need the capital. And then, you see, there's a lot of exploration that was going on in the last 10 years. The exploration that was going on of mines and minerals in the last 10 years, we stumbled upon a mine, a small area in Northwestern that had gold. That had gold. Gold. The question is, what has happened to that? The President Edgar Lungu went. Okay, went and said, oh, we found gold. What has happened to that? I'll leave that for next time. The issue of tax-free on mines, there's no tax-free on mines. You were Robson Mbewe iwe. But this is the boza I mean mukondo pitiliza. Boza na manu mwamba na others who are lying to you. There is no mine that is free in Zambia, tax-free. There's nothing like that. In fact, data shows that in the last 2 quarters, in the last quarter of this year, we have collected more taxes from mines than the last quarter Yaba PF. We have collected more taxes from mines. So I don't know where you are getting all these lies that taxes is tax-free for mines. There's no mine that's tax-free in Zambia. Okay? So let me recap on the mine issue so I can move to the next issue. The recap on the mine issue is that we need a hybrid of both foreign investments and Zambia-owned stakeholdership in the mines. Mumvela, nakani bwezepo nakamba chizungu hapo. Chisungu ichi. Lakini mumfwe. Ni kontrole fesi na muchitundu. Zamene tikamba panzakuti. We need both. We need foreign investments because we know that they have access to international capital markets. We also need new ways of doing things. And that's what the UPND brings to the table. The new ways of doing things is ensuring that as Zambians are at the table, that Zambians actually participate in the mining industry by increasing stake in the mining sector. Okay? So, listen. The issue here is this. The mining sector is being fixed. The mining sector is being revamped. It is not going to be, don't be lied to by naysayers and political opportunists. There's going to be hybrid of investments, foreign direct investments, and local participation through ownership in the mines. That's what will move the mining sector forward. Musambelele ba boza abango kunna mani boza every day bale mibe pobufi every day mo shachela no mine na bashitisha bana ni bashitishe mine. These are mines that were messed up in the last 10 years. Chop. Next topic. Let me move on to the next one. A lot of you are saying, no, the Kenneth Kaunda Conference Center, there's no one who mentioned President Hendiga Chagolongo. If you go out there and market Zambia and you bring investments, just like the UPND is doing, they're doing it, it's called public investments. These are public investments in infrastructure. It really shouldn't matter who did it or who has done what. When you put up a road in Chipurukusu, that road has been paid for by the people of Zambia. Of course. We must give credit where it's due. We must give credit to President Lungu for negotiating a gift like that. We must. I like to be honest. We must give credit where it's due. Of course, we thank the PF for negotiating a gift on behalf of Zambia. What's wrong with saying that? What is wrong with saying that? Our previous president did work hard to negotiate a deal for us to have such a state-of-the-art conference center. Okay, let's give it up for President Lungu for that. What is wrong with saying yes, he did it, and good job? That's how civilized societies do. Okay, where we have to give credit, let's give credit. Where we don't have to criticize, we'll criticize the former president. Okay, but where he has done something, and he did something, of course, on that end, let's say thank you for working hard to bring this piece of work, this piece of infrastructure, and we thank President Lungu for doing that, the former president. That's just my personal opinion, because it's not about, look, we are not permanent enemies. We must only differ on ideas, not on personal level. I think a lot of us have no personal problems with the former president. We differ on principles and we differ on issues of development. He had a very wrong kind of ideas about development and how to run a government. We and others had different views about that, and we disagree on that. But where he has done something, let's call it what it is. We know that when President Lungu came into power, he also commissioned things that President Sata had started. And of course, most of those infrastructure developments, most of it were inaugurated by President Sata. And we should give due where it's due. Period. Okay, so we have no personal shenanigans with the former president. And there's nothing wrong with saying, look, he worked very hard. He brought this gift through his negotiations with his Chinese counterpart. And this is what This is what needs to happen. That's how things are supposed to be in any civilized society. That's how things are supposed to be. Okay. All right. So that's clear. You've heard my personal opinion. I think there's nothing wrong with President Hakainde Hichilema commissioning the KKK Conference Center. He is a sitting president. He is the presidency negotiated for that gift. And so, yes, president has to do it, and the president did it. Of course, his predecessor worked hard on that project. And so there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. All right. Any questions? I'm going to open it up for any questions that you have. And this is where that's what I usually do. Once we reach that 40 minutes mark, I want to open it up for questions. Questions, Vane, before I drop off here very quickly. Aka is real. Liz, please bring Grieve Chirwa and Trevor Smumba. Okay. No problem. My brothers, Trevor Smumba, we can come on. There is a program. I want to announce a program on Saturdays. Catch me on there. I'm bringing a brand new program. It's called Punch to Punch. Okay, this is Punch to Punch. There's nothing like we are gonna bring two people with different views, and we're gonna go head to head. No problem. Bring your data though. This is not about personal attacks. The program is about discussing ideas, punch for punch in ideas and political discourse. It's important in a democracy to exchange views. Okay, so look out Saturday, punch for punch. I'm inviting political pundits like my elder brother Emmanuel Mwamba to a punch for punch per Saturday. I'm challenging, tell him I'm challenging Ambassador Emmanuel Mwamba to a punch for punch program per Saturday. I'm challenging, this is an open challenge. Okay? I'm also challenging the following people to a punch for punch. Manea Zulu, come over here on this program. Mwiratina, Muyopa. Don't be scared, come on. Okay? We want to talk about your convention. We hear someone, Comrade Fubea said you should postpone your convention, your PF convention. Why? Okay, let me read some. Explain on tax holiday, please. It's not making sense. Okay, there's no tax holiday. Okay, I haven't read anywhere where the government has given anyone tax holiday. What are the authorities doing wrong in bringing to book those in corruption cases? I'm going to talk about these Queen Powers in the next Punch to Punch, okay, about corruption fight and all that. Can you delve into Zambezi Portland cement saga? Let me look into that and I'll come back to you, okay? Watching from Namibia, thank you. Punch for Punch with Emmanuel Mwamba will be hot. That's what we want. Send him this video. Punch for Punch. Saturday, Mwamba, I'm challenging you, okay? But it's propaganda. It's propaganda, holiday tax. These people are confused about it. We don't need taxes now, but employment, okay? All right? The president needs to make reshuffles. Okay? Yeah, I don't know. He has to make up his mind about that. Next question. I'm reading your comments, guys. I'm about to log off here in the next 10 minutes. Kajem is not owned by Zambia, sir. Okay. Is that what it is? It appears on the IDC. IDC Investments portfolio, which is a government-owned company. So Forest 27, how far? Forest 27, I don't know how far Forest 27 has gone, but I'll tell you one thing is that that's a very sad story. and I'll tackle it next time. You have talked why namulanda pa wutatu. Okay, thank you. Wutatu and all those things. SEC has lost its relevance in the fight against corruption. In fact, SEC now uses its knowledge. Okay. What else? Ask me a question, guys. What's take on the comment by the Minister of Mines? Let me read it. I'll come back to you. I've given you my views about the mines, and that's done. They are rebranding to come and finish Zambia. Who's rebranding to come and finish Zambia? Teacher recruitment and health. We just hired 30,000 teachers and 11,000 plus health workers. We have to give chance to agriculture extension officers. We must give chance to other areas of the civil service. Okay, we have different areas, specialized areas. We need mine inspectors. Labor department needs labor inspectors, and so all these areas of government needs people too. Okay, you complain about labor laws and all that. So you need labor inspectors across Zambia. That's why there's no labor inspectors. That's why you see all these people abusing you. We need more people in the labor department and other sectors of the economy. Okay. Anything else, guys? So listen. Mulungushi Textile in Kabwe. Talk about Mulungushi Textiles in Kabwe. Listen, Mulungushi Textiles in Kabwe, okay, must be handed back to the private sector. You understand me? Mulungushi Textile must be handed back to the private sector. The government can't be running garment making factories. Kabwe must be turned into an IT hub of Zambia. You understand me? Kabwe must be turned into a city. It must attain city status and making it a defense industrial complex. Because that's where Mutezi is, that's where we have barracks there. We can turn Kabwe into an industrial complex that produces technology in IT, in drone technology, investments in a multi-facility economic zone. Kabwe must be, the whole entire city, okay, must be turned into an economic, multi-facility economic zone. Okay, where all Zambians who want to invest in Kabwe must go there. We must develop hubs, what we call development hubs and technology hubs, where people in IT can go and invest at zero tax. Zambians. It's simple. Mulungushi textiles is textile. You can't compete. Right now, any textile you set up in Zambia can't compete against the Chinese textile and the global trade on textiles. They have economics of scale. They have what we call economics of scale. So the Chinese basically dwarfs everyone in the world in the textile industry. So to say we are going to be recapitalizing Mulungushi textiles every year is a non-starter. Okay, that's all I can tell you about Mulungushi Textile. Mulungushi Textile is not a viable as a textile. Is not a viable project. That's why every government comes there. Everyone wants to recapitalize it. Every time you recapitalize it, it's not worth all that. Okay. All right, next question. You're not with Ambassador Emmanuel Mwamba that, oh, but Mwamba comments on my stuff. Did you see that Emmanuel Mwamba posted my comments and my assertions? So that comment is a non-starter. I've interacted with your ambassadors at every level, including presidents. Okay, so don't underestimate my influence. Okay, what plans does the government has in place to help unemployed teachers who are 45 years and above? Don't get me started about 45 years old teachers, because I've given you my, go and watch my video, because I don't agree with all that. Okay, thank you very much, guys. I appreciate your time. Thank you for coming. I've given you my views. Midweek roundtable. I don't spend a lot of time. 1 hour. Solid issues, matters that affect you on a daily basis. Thank you for watching. Keep watching TV Bakweti. Follow my page, because we are growing. We are going to see real content here. Look out for the program on the weekend. Punch for punch. I'm challenging Ambassador Emmanuel Mwamba. I'm challenging Manea Zulu. I'm challenging PF Media Director. Come on here. We want to engage you. We want to destroy your propaganda that you're putting out there about minds. Bring your data here on TV Bakwet. Have a good evening.